What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action with entered round of 8. We're still sticking with the best of 5s. It goes to best of 7 in the semi-finals. But we've got a cracker of a matchup today, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Shelty taking on Ulysses. This is... I've been saying this from the start of the tournament, but it just gets even more exciting the closer to the finals we get. Every single one of these matchups could have potentially been the finals of this tournament, which is what makes it so absurdly good. The level, I don't believe there has been a tournament that has been this level of competition ever in Age Mythology, where literally everybody has hit, not everybody, but pretty well everybody in this tournament has hit above 1900 on the ranked 1v1 ladder, and like at least 8 to 12 of them have hit over 2k on the 1v1 ladder. Everyone has hit at least top 8 in a tournament final, or in an S tier tournament, at least top 8 in a S tier tournament, which is a huge accomplishment. But without further ado, let's jump into game number 1. As always, on the map, competitive, mega, random. It would help if I had the right names set up. I thought I was ready to go, but apparently not. So, spawning at the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Shelty, as his name magically changes over there. He's playing as Thor here, and his opponent today, in the blue color, playing as Zeus, his name is Ulysses, as also the scores magically change as if it was done in advance. This guy is a professional streamer. He knows exactly what he's doing. We have a Zeus versus Thor matchup on competitive mega random. We've actually seen Shelty in this tournament already. Wait. I could be lying about that. I am lying about that. Shelty played a Thor versus Hades matchup where he didn't quite get the dub. However, we did see Shadowfax versus Zeus with Thor versus Zeus. So this is kind of the second Thor versus Zeus matchup we're going to be seeing in this tournament, which is very, very exciting. We'll see how it's going to go. It's a bit of a funky map here on this one, this competitive mega random. Decent amount of hunt on the map has been found. The starting hunt is very, very nice here for both players. So both players going to be able to get a very, very clean advance time. There seems to be 2 very large trees in a cylindrical shape. A fashion of cylindrical nature, and it's going to be cutting the map into thirds, as it were, with a lot of space on either side, but a very, very easy to defend, very easy to wall map, to be sure here. So we'll see if this is going to be a thing to worry about in this game, or if it's going to be something that's going to be very easily overcome here, as now Shelty's starting to build himself some villages over onto his wood line over here. We do see he's got his house already up, his ox cart coming through. If we move over here to Ulysses' base, he's got 2 villages on gold and 3 villages on wood. So 3 villages on wood indicates a 4:30 advance time here from Ulysses. Ulysses, from what I've seen, he's not up with the current 402 meta in Zeus, with Zeus at all. He just sticks with what he actually knows and knows how to execute really well, and goes for like the 4:30 advance times. Things like Hoplite, Centaur are things he really likes doing. Athena Rush, I haven't seen much of it, but he's definitely dabbled in the Athena Rush as well. But the thing is, the way that Thor is being played nowadays, it makes the Athena Rush, if you go too late, and I'm saying 4:30 is late, if you go too late and you don't have a good plan behind it as to why you're going that late, it can end up becoming a very difficult game for you to find an advantage in, which can end up handing the advantage over to the Thor players. We already see the wall segments up for Shelty around his tower. We've got the house down as well. It's a very, very defensive tower here. His gold mine is forward, but we have seen that Shelty has decided to not use his dwarven gold mine. Absolutely love this. There's no reason to use dwarven gold mine if your gold is right on top of your hunt here, and Shelty notices that. from the get-go here, and he's going to have a fantastic time here in this game, as if he would have been on the... Basically, as if he would have been on the gold mine. As he's already clicked up through Freya, we're going to be seeing Ulysses actually not going for that 430. He's getting more villagers out here, and he's going to be getting out an early Jason as well as this scout now continuing to find resources on the map. It looks to me as if the hunt at this point, there is only going to be this secondary hunt location over here for Shelty to grab. If we take a quick look at the actual map and see what's around here, we've got a whole bunch of berries over there, a lone wolf over on that location. So it went from a very, very high hunt potential map here to a very, well, it's not low hunt, but it's kind of in that low hunt realm. It's a high amount of starting hunt and a decent amount of secondary hunt over here, but not really that much at all. And we are seeing Ulysses actually deciding to go through Athena, even as this is the case. As you can see, 13 goat over here to 8 goat. So a big advantage for Ulysses, and this might end up giving Ulysses the advantage he needs to find some sort of edge in this game. We'll see if it matters or not, as Shelty now going to be moving over to his elk over here. We see the walls already coming up here for Ulysses. I like this play. I think this is really, really smart here because it's going to be preventing Shelty from getting those raids that he really wants to get. But if Shelty plays this in a more defensive orientated style where he goes Herser throwing axemen instead of raiding cavalry, it's not going to matter that much in my opinion. I reckon he can go, because Ulysses has gone so late to the classical age, Shelty's going to be very, very happy to go throwing axemen, Herser, watchtower, and have a very, very defensive time here. He's got a beautiful wall setting up there with his buildings. As we see the military buildings coming down now for Ulysses, he's getting himself his military academy and his archery range up. There is also a very easy way to just burn down like one of these locations here to open up Ulysses' base if he needs to. As we do see the Ulysses Jason there grabbing both of those relics. He's gotten himself the Sistrum of Bast and the Ankh of Ra. The Ankh of Ra is actually a really big relic to grab for literally everyone because it just gives you that little bit of boost of favor, and it's going to allow Ulysses to consistently be able to drop things like Fortress. He might even, over the course of the game, be able to get himself a... what am I saying? He might even be able to get himself like Forge of Olympus if he doesn't spend too much favor over the course of a game. So 35 favors, so like 15, 16 minutes. But maybe not. But we do see the Odysseus coming through. Still no watchtowers up for Shelty just yet. And he is going in with these raiding cavalry, which maybe it's not going to be all too good here. He will be able to hit some raids onto, say, like some Toxotes over here. He's already going for it. I love this play. Going straight after that Toxote here. We do see the Hoplite getting some damage done. We're going to be seeing the raiding cavalry trying to rotate through here and find something to do as the Herser come through here, and they do get a huge amount of damage onto that Minotaur as the Odysseus and the Hoplite going to be trying to fight this one back. The raiding cavalry going to come back in here, try and hit this Minotaur over here and just get a little bit of path blocking to get the damage done. One more hit and it will be getting picked off over here as Shelty does realize that. He's going to be able to send his raiding cavalry through, take out those Toxotes. Beautiful micro there from Ulysses. This is what makes Ulysses so good at this game. He does have some of the best micro I've ever seen in Age of Mythology as the Herser have to retreat back. One Minotaur down, one Herser down. Valkyrie searching around the map, 4 villagers to kill, no villagers remaining. Hunt just about up over on that location. So Shelty going to be pulling back into his main base. Going to be under a little bit of pressure here. Is he getting himself watchtowers just yet? He's making himself some throwing axemen here to defend as this wall is going to get broken down. We see the hoplites chasing around these 3 raiding cavalry that are searching for villagers to kill. Shelty not paying attention over here as the hoplites do manage to find that there to one raiding cavalry down, but the rest very low HP. Good defense thus far from Ulysses in this game as watchtowers just about to pop. We got 57 population for Shelty to Ulysses 59 population, as it looks to me as if Shelty is just simply going to try and get to the heroic age without any defense here, as the house does fall over here. The Toxotes here going to get some good damage done. Those throwing axemen will be able to clean up those hoplites very, very easily here. Though, is this going to be worth it though? As Shelty just about to get himself the gold he needs. He can actually pull off of this location, off of this gold mine, into his main base. Does he have an armory? He does have an armory down. So Shelty going for the most greedy, fast, heroic I've ever seen in this matchup against the Athena rush. Is it going to work or not? We see the raiding cavalry coming around onto the back. The villagers getting pulled off of that location. Houses getting torn down. Dwarves can pull off here, off of this gold mine, jump into the main base, get onto goats here if he needs to, and help him get that extra food he needs to advance. He could still be building throwing axemen here if he needs. There is no restoration, so bum rushing this town center might not be the easiest of plays here, as Shelty is desperately trying to get up to this next age. Going to be dropping his dwarven gold mine really, really early here. I think he would have liked to have saved onto that if he could have, and used it in the heroic age to get himself just that little bit extra resources, as more villagers getting taken out under here, as Shelty does manage to click up to the next age. He's going to have access to the Frost Giant. He's going to have access to about 2,000 gold in his main base. Plenty of gold in the bank. He's got enough for one Frost Giant here, as the raiding cavalry is still swinging around the main base of Ulysses, causing problems here. And the army of Ulysses has to retreat back. So what is the play here now for Ulysses? I think the play has to be heroic age. Has to cut units. Does he cut units now? Yes. So the play has to be heroic age and then mythic age through Hera to try and get a gold staff here to punish this this very, very aggressive, or very, very greedy, it's probably the better word, very, very greedy heroic age here, as more units starting to come out for Shelty. The army of Ulysses coming through, going to break down this house over here as the Toxotes coming through. The town center going to get a lot of damage done. More units coming through here as the Valkyrie going to move through. We didn't actually see a bolt onto the Valkyrie in this game. That means that the free Frost Giant is going to be able to get bolted here for Ulysses. So that's a big, big help for him in this game. As now Ulysses is just about to advance to the next age. The Valkyrie will actually get sniped down here. Lots of units are falling to these watchtowers. So the watchtowers, while they are going down, are getting a lot of value here in this game, as the Frost Giant does pop out over here. We see a house coming up. Are we going to see that hill fort get dropped onto this gold mine to try and secure that one? This gold mine over here has now got 900 gold remaining, as some raiding cavalry are going to be moving back home here. Could frost this and try and take down all of these units here. It wouldn't be a bad idea for the time being here for Shelty, but he might want to get a little bit more value out of his frost. He's just waiting on a couple more units to come out here, as maybe this house going to go down as well. Dionysus, the god of choice for Ulysses, a bit of a surprise here, because there's 2 gold mines he's going to want to be able to attack here, and normally Underworld is the big play to make that work, but maybe Dionysus is going to be enough here, as Ulysses has to retreat back. The raiding cavalry still trying to find their way in onto these Toxotes here. Shelty needs to fix this up. He's going to be losing too many units over here. Still can't get himself out another Frost Giant just yet, as this Frost Giant can get bolted very, very easily in this position. There's some houses getting thrown up over here, as Shelty getting... I'm not sure what his plan is here, but he needs to be able to secure this gold mine, or this gold mine over here. Maybe a sneaky hill fort or something wouldn't go astray. These Toxotes are just being controlled so absurdly well by Ulysses in this game. As one Toxote going down there, I mean, I say that, and he's still losing units there to the town center, but he's still picking units off over and over again, keeping Shelty in a very, very difficult position here, as the raiding cavalry getting spread out onto this location over here. We do have medium infantry, medium archers through, a couple more military buildings coming down for Ulysses, as he's starting to throw his farms up over here. Still has those goats remaining in his base, so he's still got plenty of resources coming through, as he might even just throw down a market here, put everyone onto gold and go for the mythic age. But now his Hydra is through. We're gonna have to need a Frost Giant here soon from Shelty, but he hasn't gone for it just yet. We are seeing the units spreading out onto both of the sides of the map right now, as Shelty's gold mine just about to expire in his main base. We're seeing units now moving over here, going to look to jump onto these berry bushes over here, as the medium hoplite searching around, making sure that there's no gold getting grabbed over here. But the villagers sneaking onto that location, man, he might get found out there, as the raiding cavalry searching up here. There's nothing to find over here, as we see the Pegasus coming through. Ulysses is actually getting really, really close to being able to click up to the next age. Does he have a market here? He is throwing the market down as well, so Hera is going to be on the way. That's such a big, big play here for Ulysses, as farm's starting to go down to the main base over here. What can Shelty do now? He's sitting at 109 of 115 population. He needs to hit an attack in the next 1 minute and 30 seconds and get some big damage done onto Ulysses' army here. Because if he doesn't, he's going to be in a world of pain after the lightning storm hits. And Shelty's now trying to chase the army away here, As the Hydra comes through, we do see the Toxotes retreating back. The Hoplites getting some good damage done. The Hydra going straight after the Throw and Axeman. Shelty doesn't have a Frost Giant out just yet. As the Throw and Axeman moving forward, we see the army just retreating all the way back home. Can pull right back through this wooden wall. He doesn't even care about losing a few units here. As that Hydra going to be getting a little bit of damage done onto the Toxotes. Oh, sorry, not the Toxotes. Onto the Throw and Axeman here. As the Raiding Cavalry coming through onto this position, we do see the Frost coming down here. Is this going to be enough? I'm not sure, because it's still going to be 41 seconds before everything comes out. Lightning Storm will come down. All of these units are going to fall, and that's just so much population here for Ulysses that is in here, as you do see some favor getting grabbed here for Ulysses as well, as he might want to get himself like a Medusa or like a Bellerophon out, or a bunch of other units as the Raiding Cavalry searching around. We still have that Forest Fire being held in the bank here for Shelty. Might be able to use it on this location if the villagers run out over here, but the villagers going to be keeping themselves very much away from that forest over there. As the army still going to town on these units of Ulysses. Ulysses losing quite a few units over here as the villagers coming through. There's that Forest Fire we were talking about, as a whole bunch of damage coming through onto these villages. 2 villages down, 3 villages are probably, 4 villages probably going to be going down here, as the rest of them do manage to get back into the main base there. The frost does expire, but Hera hits here. Lightning Storm going to get dropped onto this location as all of the units of Shelty are going to get cleaned up. And now Shelty is in a very, very difficult position as he's moving over onto this gold mine over here. Ulysses at 71 population here with a Medusa, potentially also a Bellerophon, going to be coming out immediately here to put pressure onto Shelty. And Shelty, he doesn't have anything remaining here. If he wants to get to the heroic mythic age here, he needs to get himself 1,000 gold out of this gold mine, and the units are moving forward immediately. There's a 2-headed Hydra. There's a Medusa to deal with the Frost Giants. There is nothing left in this base of Shelty here as Shelty moves forward, going to try and stop that Hydra in its tracks, but the Medusa comes through. One bangs the Frost Giant, and Shelty taps out. What a play here from Ulysses. This is the tried and true semi-fast mythic from Zeus here, which completely counters that one town center, like watchtower heroic age of Shelty. I think had Shelty gone for that frost really, really early here when the army was like in this position, and he just tried to kill it all off, feel like he could have put some real pressure over onto this gold mine for a much longer period of time. But Shelty just held off on it for so long and got punished super hard from that very, very greedy fast heroic that he went for here. I'm not actually sure. I mean, I do feel that Hursa throwing Axeman is the way to go when you're going for these sorts of defensive plays. Shelty going in with the raiding cavalry means he can't really engage his army. The whole idea of Hursa throwing Axeman is you can just run straight into the enemy army, and you don't care if you take a little bit of damage because your army is just that much stronger in the early game against Toxotes and Hoplites. But yeah, Shelty just not. I don't know. Ulysses just played it so absurdly well here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.